concern expressed to me by some inquiring about the license to carry class has been passed in the shooting portion of the class. I've put together this presentation to show what it details so that perhaps people won't be so hesitant about the class. There is no requirement for you to be an expert marksman, just that you can be reasonably certain of hitting your target. You will fire 50 rounds with a possible score of 250 points. To pass, you must score 175 points. Yes, I've had a couple students fail on the first go, but it's mostly because they've psyched themselves out more than anything. None of them have failed on the second go. The Department of Public Safety, who's responsible for the LTC program, requires the use of the B-27 target. This is a full-size human silhouette marked in 7 through X ring. There are several variations of the B-27 available, and you could use any of those for training, but for the test there are only 4 variants allowed: the black, the green, the blue, and the red. Scoring is done per the silhouette in the upper left-hand corner. To make it easy to see, I've colored in this B-27 target. You won't see it on the range. Anything within the green area, the 8 to X ring, is a 5. In the blue, the 7 ring is a 4. The outer yellow edge is a 3. Red, or off the target, is a 0. Now, if a round should fall close enough to the line to break the line, it's scored the next higher. So if you hit in the 7 ring, but it breaks the 8 line, then it's scored in the 8, or as a 5. Let's look at the exercise stages. The shooting test is fired from 3 distances: 3 yards, 7 yards, and 21 yards. 20 rounds will be fired at both the 3 and 7 yard lines, 10 rounds from the 21 yard line. Each stage contains different exercises: 1 shot, 2 shot, change up, or 5 rounds. Time allowed varies, but no one exercise requires you to rush your shot. Rushing the shot is probably the #1 problem I've seen in not scoring well. Now a little bit about the gear. You've got to know your firearm: loading, unloading, safety if it has one, sight alignment, trigger feel. If you're bringing a new gun, at least load, unload a few times and practice dry fire at least 30 or 40 times. If you're using a range rental or instructor loaner, practice a few unload, loads, and dry fires before going to the line. Most of the problems I've seen with student firearms have been that it's dry. Check the manual and find a video on lubricating your firearm. Not too much either, it may end up dripping onto the trigger or the grips. If possible, bring ammo that you've used before to avoid any feed problems. You'll probably be loading 5 rounds at a time, so only 1 magazine is required. Caliber restrictions were removed from the requirements, so you can use a .22 pistol to a .50 cal Desert Eagle if you want, but that depends upon range restrictions. One restriction I have in my class is that no rifle caliber pistols are allowed. You'll need 50 rounds of ammo for your pistol for the test. Bring a backup box if you wish, in case you have a problem and we have to restart you. I advise against using any kind of hot loads or plus P rounds. The recoil will just slow down you reacquiring the target on multiple shot strings. Don't waste your self-defense rounds either. Just bring standard full metal jacket training ammo. Many instructors won't allow hand reloaded ammo either. I have nothing against hand reloads, but sometimes they can be problematic. Remanufactured is okay. You need eye protection. If your prescription glasses are impact resistant, those are fine. Hearing protection, you need muffs or earplugs. A baseball cap not only keeps the sun out of your eyes, it can prevent hot brass from flying into your face, but it's not a requirement. Speaking of hot brass, shirts should have high collars and no open shoes. Sandals are a very bad idea. A piece of hot brass down your shirt front or stuck between your toes is not fun. If you want to contact me, there's my email address at Guardian Firearm. I'm on Facebook, again under Guardian Firearm. Class schedules are posted on the schedule tab of my website, and are also posted in the Facebook page and some other sites on Facebook. You can usually find me without a problem. Now let's go to the range.
All right, we're on the range. Got my pistol, magazine, ammo,
B-27 target. Today it's in green. Normally you load 5 rounds at a time with most instructors. This course of fire was actually based upon a 5-shot revolver. There'd be times you'd have to stop and reload like 1 or 2 shots to finish a course of fire. Today, for the sake of time, I have 2 magazines loaded 10 rounds each, so I can do each course of fire without stopping to reload magazines. I will have to change magazines, like when I go from a 5 to a 10 round, but it's going to speed things up, so you don't have to sit and look at me for an hour. Okay? I have my assistant back here who will call out each course of fire and run the shot timer. I'm using a shot timer which will beep to start and beep to end. Instructors do it different ways. Some will holler fire, cease fire, some will use a whistle. Some have targets that turn to face you while you fire and then turn away when it's over. Okay? All depends on the range you're set up on. I have a stationary static target, so we'll use the shot timer. Okay? Take my magazine. This looks like it's suspiciously like a pistol. Take 1 magazine, and I go to the 3-yard line.
Shooter, load and make ready. 5 shots fired in a 1-shot exercise. 2 seconds allowed for each shot.
If you notice something, I screwed up there on purpose. First time I shot 2 rounds instead of 1. Since you're not shooting according to what you're told, that round would lose all 5 points. So you're already down 5 points at the start. All right, so you have to listen. You have to go by what is called. All right, we're going to change magazines because we're going on to a 10-round sequence.
10 shots fired in a 2-shot exercise. 3 seconds allowed for each shot sequence.
What you may not have noticed or caught is on each one of these, I'm using a count to fire. The buzzer starts 1001, bang. 1002, bang. All right? Now the last sequence.
5 shots fired in 10 seconds.
Now we're going to move to the 7-yard line.
Shooter, load and make ready. 5 shots will be fired in 10 seconds. 5 shots will be fired in 2 stages. The first one, 2 shots will be fired in 4 seconds. The second, 3 shots will be fired in 6 seconds. Five shots fired in 1-shot exercise. 3 seconds allowed for each shot. Five shots fired in 15 seconds.
It's done, and you haven't even heard the shot timer yet. There's no rushing. No need to rush on these courses of fire, okay? As you can see, I'm using a 1 second count to fire, and it's plenty of time. If you need more time on the longer runs, feel free to do so. But you do have to get them in 5 shots within 15 seconds or 5 shots within 10 seconds. All right, we're at the 15-yard line. By this time, you fired 20 rounds, 5 points each. That gives you 200 points. You've passed. Matter of fact, you passed about halfway through on the 7-yard line. But we have to finish it out because the regulation says 50 rounds. So we've got 10 rounds to fire here.
Shooter, load and make ready. 5 shots fired in 2 stages. 2 shots fired in 6 seconds and 3 shots fired in 9 seconds. Five shots fired in 15 seconds.
And that's the course of fire. Let's walk up and see how badly I did on my target. Oh, I threw one. I threw 3, 4, 5. You believe me if I tell you this just show the scoring? This is in the outer ring. So it's going to be a 3-pointer. Okay? Luckily, I didn't throw any out on purpose out into here. Okay? This is in the 7. This is in the 7. 4 pointers. This counts as a 7 because it's broke the line. All right. This broke the 8 line, so it counts as an 8. So everything inside the 8 is a 5. The 7 is a 4. The outside's a 3. So I lost 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. I lost 7 points. Okay? So my score on here would be 243. I passed.
Okay, hopefully this will help you overcome any fears you have about the shooting portion of the test. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact me. Thanks for watching.